Good evening. Welcome to Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles, and I think we have do we have a caller standing? Caller, are you there? Call.
Yeah, this
Oh,
Ken.
oh yeah. Hey, Mark. How are you?
Okay, how you doing?
Doing well, Mark.
Yeah, not on in Reedsville and went on last night in Reedsville.
Uh, we should be on maybe we haven't shown up quite yet in Reedsville, but we should be there in a few seconds if you don't see us right now.
Yeah.
Should be there.
Nah. Well, wait a minute.
Don't see us?
Wait a minute, hang on. No, I ain't on there yet.
What are you watching on, Mark? Are you watching on cable?
Yeah, cable Spectrum.
Spectrum, and we're not. You don't see us.
No, it's blank. It was blank last night.
And it was blank
I
last
think
night.
I think Charles said that he's got technical difficulty.
Okay, well, I wasn't aware of that. Martinsville, if you are listening, Mark says he's watching on Spectrum Cable, and he says there's no signal from Reedsville. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, Mark.
Yeah. Did you ever find out when the Madison Parade is?
No, Mark, I'm sorry. I have not found out where it is. When it is, have you not heard anything about it?
Oh, not yet. I don't know what day it's gonna be on or whatever.
All right. Well, I don't know, Mark. I'm sorry. I will try to find out.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ken.
Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate your call. Martinsville, did you hear that? Mark says we are not on in Reedsville. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, Mr. Ken.
Good evening.
I'd like to send my Thanksgiving greetings to all the Star New viewers and to all our first responders, our military in service and not in service at this time.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. And I'm sure they appreciate that. And I'm sure they wish you a happy Thanksgiving as well.
Well, thank you. And to all those who, don't have family members but have friends, I hope someone comes by, spends a day with them, bring them a little meal or something, and have a little chat with them. And I got a message from Mr. Pelham, my friend.
All right. Well, before you do that, hold that message if you would, please, because I want to go back to what you just said, and you remind us of this a lot, and it's important. There are people, maybe people living in your neighborhood, maybe right near you, who will be alone tomorrow. And if you know of those folks, do as Charles has said, find some time during the day just to go knock on the door and wish them a happy Thanksgiving and make sure that they are okay. And Charles, thank you for reminding us of that. Now, go ahead with your message.
Well, my lady friend in the Philippines says she was not being mean to what she said, but she says retirement is retirement. There's plenty of chicken probably somewhere in the Philippines you can find and buy, but she just wanted to send an apology to him.
All right. So, well, I'm sure there's no umbrage taken. This is about the Chucky Chicken thing, which Mr. Pelham suggested, but the lady in the Philippines has shot that down entirely, I guess.
That plane was on fire. That plane disintegrated before it hit the ground.
All right, so there's not going to be any Chucky Chicken in the Philippines. That doesn't mean, though, it couldn't happen in Pelham. What if he wanted to open a chicken outlet in Pelham and attach your name to it and call it Chucky Chicken? You wouldn't object to that, would you?
As long as I get a little small royalty,
well, of course, as long as you get money out of, I mean, that's really the root of everything. So as long as you get money, you would be okay with him using a Chucky Chicken for a chicken spot there in downtown Pelham.
Oh yeah, and plus I get a discount when I come back.
Well, money, a piece of the action, and a discount. That's what you would want in the arrangement.
Yes, sir.
And who knows, maybe you could come by just for the fun of it, just purely for enjoyment. maybe you could come by occasionally when you're in the country and organize the truck unloading.
No, I'll be
No.
retired from touching the truck.
All right, July will be your last truck.
Yeah, July. No, let's see here. July 31st will be my last day. That will be the end of the month. That will be the last time I will help the manager count the store.
All right. So July 31st is are they going to have a ceremony? Is going to be any sort of ceremony on your last day or recognition, awards handed out?
I don't think so.
But they probably wouldn't tell you anyway. They'd save it as a surprise, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, if they do it. But I have talked to the manager. I say I will come back and do the truck 3 times a week until the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, maybe at the end of the year there will be some sort of recognition, some sort of event. Maybe the governor will come and say a few words in recognition of your long years of service.
That would be a miracle.
well, we never know.
I'd rather let me see. I'd rather see the wrestler known as Sky to give me an award before him. Before the governor.
Well, I think the governor by that time the governor will be a lady.
Well, I'm talking about I'd rather have the wrestler Io Sky give me an award.
Right, I understand that. So, well, maybe they can arrange that. Who knows?
That would be more fun, and it would be more in my parameter and make me happy.
All right. Well, I mean, that would be the purpose of the whole thing, of course, to make you happy.
Yes, sir. Well, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Send my love out to the people, and we'll speak to y'all next week, people. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Joe. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. And the phone line is open now. There's a phone number right up there. If you'd like to give us a call on that phone number, please do so. You can also send us an email at keneckleslive@gmail.com. I have an eye itch. Hate to have an eye. Not so bad on the radio when you have an eye itch. It's a whole different thing on TV. But never mind that. Phone line is open. The email address available for you. And I had an email from somebody who said, actually, he said this. Ken, I saw this thing that popped up on my phone today where it says that the government is giving a $185,000 stimulus to every homeowner in the United States. My first thought of that was it might be some sort of a scam, so I did not click on the thing where it said to click. But have you seen that? And do you know anything about that? Well, I hadn't seen it until I got your email, and then I made it my business to find it. And it says, it says exactly what the emailer says. It says that the U.S. administration, and that's the term it uses, the U.S. administration has officially approved a $185,000 stimulus for every homeowner in the United States. That's what it says. Now, that sounds pretty good. I mean, I'm a homeowner, and probably most of you are homeowners, and a $185,000 check from the government wouldn't be a bad thing, honestly. But you know, there are some red flags waving here. To begin with, it doesn't say it's the United States Housing Administration or Veterans Administration or anything. It just says it's approved by the United States administration. Another little red flag is if you look at the URL, the internet address that they want you to click on there, it is not a .gov address, it's a .com address. And if this was actually something part of the United States government, it wouldn't be usgivebenefit.com, which is what it is. It would be something.gov. So that's a kind of an indication of some fishiness. And then another thing that might give you reason to stop and think is they've got a picture here, a picture of a purported U.S. government official holding up what I guess is supposed to be somebody's mortgage, and it's stamped across in big red letters, "Paid. The mortgage is now paid." And the U.S. government official, they should have been more careful. The U.S. government official holding this up is Hillary Clinton. Now, I haven't checked in the last couple of hours, but I'm pretty sure that as of at least 2 hours ago, Hillary Clinton was not an official of the United States government, and I don't think she would be the one pictured in any official United States government release holding up the mortgage. So yeah, we got the email address and we got the name of the administration, which is a no-name administration, and then we've got Hillary Clinton. All these things should lead you to say, maybe this is not entirely on the up and up. What I think it is, I'm just going to take a guess. I'm not going to click through this because I don't want to leave my email address in any part of this thing. So I didn't click through it. Just on this page, well, we've got Hillary there holding up the thing. And then it says, this was fast-tracked through Congress this week. I think we probably would have heard about it had it been fast-tracked through Congress this week. And then it's going to ask you to answer a lot of questions, which personally I would not want to answer on this website. I don't necessarily think it's a scam. I mean, it may not be dishonest in the legal sense, but it's certainly misleading. What it might be is an attempt to sell you a reverse mortgage. Because when they talk about a $185,000 cash out relief available to every homeowner in the United States, they say it never has to be repaid and stuff like that. That sounds kind of like a reverse mortgage, and I'm not meaning to say that a reverse mortgage is a scam. And certainly, a reverse mortgage is not a scam, and I'm not suggesting that. What I am suggesting is that they're giving you a lot of misleading information here to try to get you to click through and leave your name and email address and personal information so that you can be contacted by somebody who wants to sell you something. And it may be that the thing they want to sell you is a reverse mortgage. So, okay, I mean, that's my answer to that emailer. It isn't a scam exactly, but it is a very highly misleading advertisement is what that is. If you see it and it looks good to you, then go ahead and click away. But I will pass. Phone line is open. There's the phone number up there that you can call. You can also send us an email. That is kennicholslive@gmail.com. This one says, Ken, there's a story in the news today about a young man who committed suicide, and his family is suing one of the AI companies. It's ChatGPT. They say that their son had conversations with ChatGPT, and they're saying that the artificial intelligence encouraged him to commit suicide, that it even wrote a suicide note for him. And now they have filed suit against the company, and that is going to court. how much have you heard about that? Well, I've heard basically what you have said. That is the basis of their lawsuit. Their claim is that the artificial intelligence, I think, goaded him. I think is one of the words that their lawyers use. Goaded him into committing suicide. I talked about him talked to him about how to arrange a beautiful death, and even, as you mentioned, presented him with a sample suicide note that he might use. The company, in defending against this lawsuit, says that actually ChatGPT suggested to him several times that he seek help, that he talk to someone, talk to a professional, talk to his family, that the ChatGPT actually encouraged him to reach out to somebody else to talk about his situation and the things that he was worried about. So the company's response is, well, not surprisingly, gives a very different picture of the interaction between the young man and ChatGPT than the family describes. That, of course, is as much as I know, and I guess all this will come out in court at some point, unless a settlement is reached along the way. But that is what I know about it. This is not the only lawsuit of this nature that's currently in process. There are others. I can't bring up the details of the others as I sit here, but I know that there's more than one of these lawsuits going on in which families have made the same assertion about artificial intelligence and their children's interaction with it. It's one of those situations, and we run into those situations these days. There are a lot of things here that are going to have to be defined in court after the fact. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing tonight, Ken?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. There's been a big controversy about the Santa's sled in Eden, right?
Well, the controversy actually was in Reedsville. But did you have some insight on that?
Yeah, I got a plan to fix it.
All right, let's hear it.
Instead of having Santa in a sled, what if we get Mr. Draper to put his leaf blowing paperweight in it, paint it red, and use it, call it for a sled?
Well, I think that's a great idea. The thing in Reedsville was, of course, Santa wasn't even in a sled. Santa was in a car.
Right.
And that's what some people got upset about. That boat, if you've seen that, that boat would be absolutely perfect. That would be the ideal vehicle for Santa Claus. I think everybody would enjoy it. I think Santa would probably get a kick out of it, and I'm all for it. Now, whether it can be worked out or not, I don't know, but I think it's a great idea.
Well, just stop and think about it. Even if you're following the horses, you can kind of get around pretty good with that, right?
Well, that thing's got a big fan on it.
Well, yeah, but Santa's the last sled in the show, so it shouldn't be many people behind it.
No, there shouldn't be anybody behind. And as far as the horses go, well, I mean, we all know what the potential problem. Well, it's not a potential problem. We all know the situation with the horses. So I guess what I'm envisioning here is Mr. Draper's boat. It creates an enormous flow of air, and I'm just wondering what effect it might have on materials that horses might have left on the street, and where that stuff might end up.
Well, it would kind of be cleaning the street as it went, would it not?
Well, it could take it out of the street, yeah. But take it out of the street to where and to who?
I don't think I'd want to be sweeping the curbings a day or two out there. You know what I mean?
Because then next thing you know,
Oh.
they'd be suing Mr. Draper.
What, for blowing leaves? How is that possible? You know? I
So
don't know.
yeah, that's certainly something to think about. But there are issues to be considered.
Yep. All right. If you talk to him, you might want to mention it. Maybe he can get that thing into the Leaksville parade. I mean, you know, it's got to be some use to somebody. So.
Well, yeah. I don't know if he's aiming for any Christmas parades or not. I don't think they've seen it in Leaks. We've seen it in Draper.
Yep.
And we've seen it in Eden in the 4th of July parade. I don't think he's been in the Leaksville Christmas parade with it though.
Yeah. Well, he would certainly leave his mark in more than one way and one.
Absolutely.
If he did.
Absolutely. And you know what I can picture too, now that you've brought it up, I can picture Santa doing a river tour.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
boat.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how much river mileage do we have in Rockingham County? We got the Smith and the Dan. You put them all together. What do we have? 200 miles of riverfront, maybe? Do you think?
At least, yeah.
Yeah, I can see Santa on a grand tour on that boat along every foot of riverfront in Rockingham County with crowds standing out there to see him. I think that'd be a great thing.
Well, we can even expand it a little bit more, Ken, since you're going down that road. But every holiday, you know, whether it be the 4th of July, whether it be Easter, I mean, any of them, Halloween, you could have a skeleton riding it, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm. There's just no end. No, I think Mr. Draper could make some money with that.
I think he's going to split it with us now.
Well, yeah, that would go without saying.
Yeah. All right, kid. Y'all have a good weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for calling. Phone line is open. There's a telephone number up there, and there's the email address up there. You can give us a call or send us an email, whichever works best for you. We'd love to hear from you on this edition of Star Talk. Ken, I would like to wish a happy Thanksgiving to you and all of the Star News audience. Don't eat too much. Good advice. Happy Thanksgiving to you, emailer. And don't eat too much. Don't. This is, we'll hold that one a second and do this. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, early bird?
Oh, I'm doing all right, hanging in there.
Good.
You know when they started laying out on that what do you call them people where they control the airplanes and stuff?
Air traffic controllers. Yeah. What about them?
Yeah, air traffic controls. He said he was gonna give the ones that work that didn't get paid, he was gonna give them $10,000 bonus now, didn't he?
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Ain't that right? That's what I thought I understood he said.
Yeah, I think that is what it was. Yes.
And then next thing you know, they said perfect attendance, $10,000.
Oh, okay. I hadn't heard that.
Did you see that? Yeah, I heard that here just the other day because it showed a guy that was a security or whatever he done there at the airport. He got $10,000. I guess he had perfect attendance.
So
but I didn't hear him say nothing about that.
For everybody who showed up to work every day during the shutdown, I guess that is
supposed to get $10,000. I guess. Right. I hope he got it, but then later on, next few days later, they said perfect attendance. They had perfect attendance to get $10,000.
Okay, well,
so it was a wishy-washy.
Okay, well, I had not heard the perfect attendance element. I guess I can understand it though. A bonus if people kept showing up during the shutdown without being paid.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are giving 10,000.
that would, I mean, I can see why you would want to reward them for that. Now, I don't know, those folks have a union. I believe those folks have a union.
Yeah.
I don't know if the union, what sort of view the union would take of that. In fact, I don't know if their
Yeah.
union is actually a union that is certified to do that sort of bargaining. I have no idea. But if they do have a union that can get involved in things like that, then the union might prefer that everybody get the 10,000.
Uh-huh. Well, I was just wondering why they said at first, they said if you come to work without, laying out and working without pay, then you'll go get a $10,000 bonus. Then a few days later, he'll say about perfect attendance.
Well,
I said, well, they didn't say that the first time.
well, I'm not getting any money, so that's all,
I
that's
ain't
all I
either,
know.
so
I did perfect
yeah.
attendance during the shutdown, but they're not. Charles are not giving me any bonus.
No, me either. I ain't getting none either.
How
Um,
how you doing with that prescription? Has anything happened with that?
I gotta go to the doctor in January. I'm gonna show her, just tell the doctor what's going on. That I gotta have something. I mean, something to take. If I don't, I guess I'll be bedridden.
Have you not had the medicine for how long now?
No, I've got the medicine. I got enough to last me to the end of this year.
Okay.
Cause see, when I went over there, they helped me. The
Okay.
nurse did. She gave me some bottles to take home, so that's how I got my medicine. Was when I went over there.
Oh,
They give
good.
me
Well,
some bottles,
I'm glad you
and
have it. I hope the
I've
doctor will
been
be able
taking
to figure something out.
I've been taking sort of like one every other day. And if I
Yeah.
can feel it, if I need to go and start taking it regularly, I'll start taking it regularly. But
All right.
I've been trying to take one every other day, so one bottle will last me. I think a month and a half, something like that. But
Well,
anyway,
maybe the doctor can do something for you on that. I hope so.
I hope so, because I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, not unless I call Kevin Kennedy and tell him what's going on. I
Well,
mean,
I would still try. I mean, I'd do that. You don't have anything to lose. I mean, even if they say, well, we're not interested in that, then you're still not any worse
yeah,
off. I'd certainly present it to
yeah,
them.
yeah. That's why I was waiting to see that doctor and tell her. I said, well, maybe I can call Kevin Kennedy. He can get me some help.
And
You
when are you
know,
going in January?
I think January 27th or somewhere in the 20th. Somewhere in the 20th.
Okay. Well, let's hope something good will
Yeah.
happen when you see the doctor.
I do too, Ken, because I like to still work. I still work and mow. What I can do. That's all I can do. I can work on dirt, but I cannot get on concrete or, or pavement or nothing like that.
Well, let's
I,
hope
wa-
and pray that they'll be able to help you
yeah,
with that.
I went to the Moose. I haven't been to the Moose in probably a month, but I shoot pool and I shot pool yesterday, and now my knees are just a hurt. They hurt. They just hurt, not bad, not nothing to cry about, nothing like that. But they
Yeah.
were hurting worse than what they are now. But that's where you have to be in your legs to shoot pool. You know what I mean? I haven't
Yeah.
shot none in a long time.
Well, if
But
you shouldn't have to live with that pain if there's medicine available to help you. So that
yeah,
they need to make sure you can get it.
yeah, I hurt every day. Every day. All the time I don't hurt when I'm sleeping. I had them shingles. When I got them shingles on my rib cage, it messed up the nerves.
Oh
I hurt
my.
every day on my nerves, right there on my ribs. It hurt
Yeah.
every day. But I get under hot water now. It feels good. But the hotter the water is, the better it feels. But I mean, it hurts. But I have to. I just live with it. I just live with. There ain't nothing you do. I mean, what can you do? You just have to live with it.
Well, yeah, I
But
understand that. You have to live with it, but if that prescription can make it a little bit easier, then they need to get you the
yeah,
prescription.
now I do need that arthritis medicine. Before them shingles, where I had shingles, they messed up the nerves. I ain't handle that. But when you start getting stiff coming off that medicine, you get stiff, and you know, it ain't no good feeling. Not at
Well,
all.
well, let's
Anyway, like I say, I pray I get it. I know that.
let's pray for that, and let's expect it to happen.
Okay. Well, I thank you a lot, Ken, and I'll talk to you later.
Well, thanks for calling, Early Bird. Good to hear from you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Bye. Phone line open. There's a number up there. The email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. If you'd like to give us a call or send us an email, we'd love to hear from you either way, by phone or by email on this edition of our program. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Ken, about those young men that committed suicide and they're suing the artificial intelligence.
Mhm.
Was this a case of where he had one of those artificial intelligence girlfriends that he was talking to instead of talking to a real person? Is that what happened in this case?
You know, I don't think that was the case here. My understanding of it was that he had a conversation, voice or text, I'm not sure which, with ChatGPT, but I don't believe there was a girlfriend avatar involved in this one.
Well, you are familiar with what I'm talking about, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah, I am.
They have artificial girlfriends or boyfriends. They have conversations with them, and I'm not talking about texting. They just talk to them,
Mhm.
and like they're talking to them on the computer. They see them, and it looks like they're real. And who knows what they're telling young people to do?
Well, it's actually becoming very, very common these days, and it's easy to do. It's not something a person doesn't need a lot of money or a lot of sophisticated equipment. There are plenty of places online that you can go and subscribe for just a few dollars a month. And avatar girlfriends and boyfriends and um, a lot of other stuff is available and very easily available. And it's one of these new things that we may not be ready for.
Well, somebody needs to start figuring out what to do, because this is just getting way ahead of us and way ahead of where we would know even how to deal with it. And it worries me. It makes me worry about my daughter, that she's at an age right now where she'd be able to get involved in anything like that, but she'll get to that age,
Sure.
and we don't even know what will be available to her when she gets a little older. I think it's a terrifying thing, and somebody needs to be thinking about this. Thank you.
Well, thank you for calling. We have a long list of things these days that we need to be thinking about, uh, and that we have not had an opportunity to think about beforehand because things are happening, things are becoming available. Technology is expanding in ways that we didn't really anticipate not that long ago. So rather than a situation where we anticipate something and plan for it, and then it happens, the way it is now, it happens. We haven't anticipated it. And then we start planning for it and trying to figure out how to manage it after it has already happened. And that's obviously the hard way to do things. And it's obviously something that's going to continue to happen as technology expands and goes in new directions. But yes, we do need to work on these things. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Ken, I hate to call back in as Mark Median. You're, I think you're on the TV now, and the parade is December 13th at 1:00.
Oh, good. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for letting us know about that. So, a couple of things. Apparently, we're on in Reidsville now, and Madison Mayodan, the 13th at 1:00. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Ken.
Hi.
What you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. Ralph, how are you?
Pretty good. Don't bring my name up. I just want to say something. It
Okay.
ain't ugly.
Okay.
I respect you too much.
Well, what is it?
But as far as our law enforcement, dead women, and we just got one day eating embezzlement. Now, somebody ain't doing the job.
Well, Ralph, referring to a former Eden police officer who's been accused of embezzlement, the other, a sheriff's deputy accused of assault. I don't know what to say. I guess the only thing I can say is there are folks, good folks and bad folks in every field.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a sheriff's deputy here. We're talking about a former Eden police
Well,
officer.
That's what I'm trying to say. You got the public out here. Who are they supposed to trust?
Well, it's a good question.
It's accusing people. Who are they supposed to trust?
Well, I
They
understand.
swear on oath on the Bible, protect, do this and do that.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I'm just asking.
Most
Go
of them
ahead.
do. I mean, most of them do.
Yeah.
Most of them, they take that oath and they take it seriously. And the overwhelming
sirree.
majority of them do exactly what they're supposed to do. But when somebody doesn't, it's exactly like you say. When somebody doesn't, then it makes the public suspicious of everybody.
That's why when people gonna vote around here, whoever who runs for office, whatever, they've got on the mind,
They do, and it's human nature. I mean, how could people not have it on their minds?
I mean, you know where I'm coming from, Ken.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from.
I'm not, but I'm just saying that, the same guy embezzlement, I don't know whether it's true or false, but if he did, all the tickets he gave out to these people, no seatbelt, run a stop sign, the city ought to give him the money back because he's I don't know which car, man, let's call him a name.
Well, let's not do that. But it could come to that. We don't know how the case is going to come out, and we don't know what information is going to be found. But it's possible it could come to the fact that people who were cited by this officer and paid fines, they might want to be reimbursed. I don't know. It's not impossible.
Well, my question was, I asked you, was I right or wrong?
Well, you're right, Ralph. When you say that we understand and we recognize that the vast majority of officers do the right thing and they take their oath seriously and they do exactly what they're supposed to do, the overwhelming majority. But when we see one or two who don't, then all of a sudden we feel like we don't know who to trust. It's just human nature.
In the 1960s, my daddy used to be the consul around here.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I do.
He used to jump. He bad. But, I thought I'd ask you some question, say what you thought about it.
Well, it's a good question. It's an important question, and it's something that it affects everybody. It affects each and every one of us. I know, because it makes us uncertain about who can we trust and who do we don't trust. And it's a bad situation to put people in.
Okay, good buddy. Enjoy talking to you. Have a Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for calling. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Good night. Phone line is open at that number up there. You can give us a call there, or you can send us an email at the email address, keneckleslive@gmail.com. And let's look over here at another email or two. Ken, I went and looked at that $185,000 homeowner so-called stimulus thing that you were talking about. And yeah, that is Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I thought it was. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Ken, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. Look, that was arranged when I agree with Ralph when these incidents and examples of these incidents are at the top. You remember a few years ago about our city manager?
Yeah, a little controversy there.
Yep. So these things happen, and then, but we are sort of responsible because seem like people when you can go out, steal a case of beer or a bag of chips or something like that, and then you may pull time. But these people that does these what they call white collar crimes and different embezzlement and stuff like that and fraud and all, seem like they never pull time.
Well,
and stuff most of the time, you know.
I think what we're getting to here is the difference between if you have a lot of money and you don't have very much money. You know, that's another factor that I think everybody
That's it.
recognizes, and I
That's
think
it.
it's demonstrated. The more money
That's
you
correct.
have, the better your chance of getting away with something.
That's correct. And let me right quickly so somebody else can call. But Ken, y'all was speaking on the drug, and the man was talking about drug. Well, now there's an effort to cut drug prices on certain drugs. Cutting drug prices may help some, but if people have no health insurance after the first of the year, they still will have a problem paying out of their own pockets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
we're in a position now where they said up to 20 million people may lose their insurance because they're unable to pay the premiums.
Well,
and that's going to be a problem purchasing medicine.
If the Affordable Care Act subsidies expire on December 31st, I mean, this is just nuts and bolts stuff here. If the subsidies expire, the cost of the premiums will go up. And in a lot of cases, the cost of the premiums will go way, way, way up beyond what people can pay. Now we're hearing about what might happen and what might not happen, and maybe the government will do this and maybe they'll do that. We don't know.
Correct.
But the one thing we do know for sure is, as it stands right now, those premiums are going sky high on January 1st based on the current situation. It might change, but that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, and we are at the stage now to get where the well off and the people that's in good shape seem like they have lost the compassion, because I saw where it says 400,000 kids have died because of the decision made to freeze U.S. aid.
I have not seen that, but I certainly don't doubt it.
And say, how, if we can't supplement insurance and all like that and health care for our own citizens, what in the world are we doing bailing out Argentina?
Well, I think we cut back a little. I think we ended up giving Argentina less than the original plan, but we still gave them a pretty large amount
A
of
fair
money.
amount of money.
A fair
Yeah.
amount of money, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know why. I really don't know why.
Yeah. And see, especially when people run on American first, and people voted because they believe that. They believe America would be taken care of and all. But if we mess around and premiums too high to afford insurance and prices in the grocery store still haven't come down. They said beef is going in the wrong direction now.
But don't you think, get back to the insurance premiums, don't you
Okay.
think that something will be done before January 1st? I don't know exactly what it'll be, but don't you think
Yeah.
something will be done to stop those premiums from doubling or tripling for some people?
Tell you, Ken, it used to be more optimistic than I am now. Hope and pray that it will, no matter who or where it come from or what, because people need the medicine to survive, you know. And I hope that if they even if they do it for political reason, that's fine with me, as long as people getting the medicine, you know.
Well, it'll be done. I hate to say it'll be done for political reason, but you know, if that's the reason it's done, if it allows people to have medicine and
I'm
have
all for it.
medical treatment, even if
Yeah,
it's done for political reason, you know, the benefit to the people will be the same, but it will be a political reason.
yeah, yeah. So we'll just wait and see what happens. But we're getting closer and closer. We were supposed to get an announcement last week about health insurance decision or plan or what. And do you know why that was stopped or delayed?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, Ken, you and your family have a nice Thanksgiving, and we'll just keep hoping and praying, and go on to another week.
Yep, it'll work out.
All right. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks for calling. I'll look at my watch here. We have a few minutes left for your phone calls and emails on this edition of Star Talk, the night before Thanksgiving. So I guess that makes this our Thanksgiving edition, or as close as we get to a Thanksgiving edition of our program. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I think the phone's ringing. Let me get that opened up. Well, hang on. It'll work. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Oh, no. Stop that. You're not Santa Claus. Stop doing that. Hello?
Eccles, are you ready for your Thanksgiving trivia?
I guess. Go ahead.
Here's your first question.
Okay.
What meat did the Pilgrims eat at the first Thanksgiving dinner?
Deer meat.
Wrong. So it's venison.
Venison is deer meat.
Wrong. You had to say venison.
It's the same thing.
That's one wrong, you dummy.
Why is that wrong?
Next question. How many features does a mature turkey have?
How many features? What are you talking about?
How many features?
What?
How many feathers does a
Feathers.
mature turkey
Probably about as many as you do.
Wrong. 1,500 is the answer.
Okay.
That's too wrong.
Right.
Dummy.
Okay. Yeah.
Next question.
Mhm.
What day was the first Macy's Thanksgiving parade?
Thanksgiving.
Done.
Thanksgiving Day.
Wrong.
Wrong?
It was November 27th, 1924.
That was Thanksgiving Day.
You have to say the date.
Why? You didn't ask for
3
the date.
wrong. Last chance to get one right.
All right.
Here is your question.
Okay.
What vegetable was not served at the first Thanksgiving?
There's a lot of vegetables weren't served.
Which one was not served?
What? Bok choy.
Wrong. The answer is potatoes.
So they served bok choy at the first Thanksgiving?
One that was not served was potatoes.
So you're telling me they did have bok choy?
It's 4 wrong. Eccles, you are a dummy.
Well, I may be, but I know how to get rid of you. And there he goes. You know, it's bad enough that we've had to read his emails over the past year or two. Now, since somebody has taught him some technology, now we have to put up with his disguised voice phone calls too. Oh well, you know, not everything in life can be wonderful. Sometimes we just have to take the bad with the good. We have, actually have a couple of extra minutes tonight because we have to go all the way to the top of the hour for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. So we still have a couple of minutes for your phone calls and emails. If you'd like to give us a call or send us a quick email, phone line is open at that number. The email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. And we have an email in here. If I could just get to it. Ken, are you going to have that awful cranberry sauce tomorrow? We just can't seem to get past this. Are you going to have that awful cranberry sauce tomorrow? That stuff where you open the can and it sloshes out of the can and makes a disgusting noise, and then it falls onto the plate or sometimes falls onto the floor, depending on how careful you are, and it just kind of lays there and squirms like something almost alive. Something almost alive, yet not entirely alive. It's just disgusting. And then what do people do? They put it on a plate and they eat it. It's hard to watch and impossible to get down. It is jellied cranberry sauce, and there's nothing worse in the world. And I don't know how you eat it. Me, I don't eat it. Don't look at me. I don't eat it. I can't stand it. There are those who eat it. I will not eat it tomorrow. I will, however, see it being eaten tomorrow. There'll be people sitting all around me eating it. And I will try to avert my eyes, and I will try not to see it. But even if I can avoid seeing it, still, I know it's there and I know it's happening. So it will continue to revolt and disgust me, even though I don't do it myself, even if I don't see it. I'm still aware that it's happening. So don't accuse me of eating it. Because I don't, but you know, most people do. Somebody did a survey. I don't remember exactly what it said, but I do remember that it said the majority of people that they asked, the majority of people said that they do eat it. And some of them even said that they enjoy it. Now, that is hard to believe. You wonder how that can really be, but that is what people said. So they'll email her, there'll be you, and there'll be me tomorrow, and then there'll be a lot of other people eating the jellied cranberry sauce because it's Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And that's all the time we have for Star Talk this week. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And we appreciate your calls and your emails tonight and hope you'll join us for our next show. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken.